Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. I'm Stefania. Today I'm gonna do a little flip-through of my reading journal. It's getting bigger and bigger each single time. In this way I'm gonna show you the pages that are created in May and the daily pages with all the updates. Here there are the books that I've read so far. I've added 5 more books because that's how many books I've read in May. And I've added them here. As you can see, I still have quite enough space for the rest of the year, so I'm so happy about it. Reading tracker, again, I've managed to read each single day and I'm so happy. And I've read for 31 days, of course, and I've read a total of 1,734 pages, which is good. The books are this free and this too. I'm so happy because I'm finally moved to another one here and I still have enough space. And here you can see that my notebook is breaking here. Actually, it's breaking in a lot of places. Pick one. My book for this month for May was this one, which should be The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. I absolutely loved it and I'm so happy that I read it. These pages, so far I'm just writing here the title. I will choose the winners probably at the end of the year, so it's gonna be quite empty until December. Favorite books, I've had these 2 books which were my favorite for the month, but I could only pick one, so I decided to pick this one. This other one, it's a book by an Italian author, so I don't think you know it, but I loved it as well. Monthly reads, here there are the 5 books that I've read in May. Series tracker, I don't think that I've started a series at all, so nothing changed. Bingo, as you can see, I'm doing a good job here. I'm proud of myself, let's say it in this way. I don't know whether what I've colored this month. I think I've colored a book by an Italian author, and then I honestly don't remember what was already colored before. Anyway, these are the things that I've done so far, and I'm still missing a few, but I think I can manage to finish it all by the end of the year. At least I hope so, because to finish it I also have to reach my goal of 60 books, so I'm gonna see. Goodreads challenge. With May, I'm at 26 books. Funny thing, which isn't so funny, I still have to finish updating Goodreads. Basically, I have so many books in the currently reading section, but they're wrong because I'm only reading 1 book. All the others, I've already started and finished them. Like, there are some of them which I actually read in April. I know, I said I would have done something better this year with Goodreads, but it's hard. But basically, I could simply just put everything as read, but I also wanted to write a few lines as a review, and so yes, I'm behind with it. Anyway, with my goal instead, I think I'm quite on track, I would say. Rainbow challenge, again, I think I'm gonna fill this in at the end of the year, because as I said in my previously flip-through videos, I quite forgot about it, and I think I'm gonna just give a look at all the books by the end of the year and print the cover if I have them to put here. Un anno in rosa challenge, I read Ti aspetto a Central Park, I loved it. And here we go with the alphabet challenge. And as you can see, this part is a little bit more filled in, I would say. This one, it's a little bit behind, but I'm gonna be honest. I think I said this before, and actually I'm sure I said it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this challenge because it's not an easy one. Like the more I read, the more I realize that the authors have the name that starts all with the same letter. Same with the books. So it's not an easy one. My challenges here, honestly, I forgot to update them. At least this one, I'm forgetting about this one, really. I wanted to do it this year, but I'm always forgetting about it. And so I think that also in this case, probably around October, something like that, I will be like, okay, wait a second. Let's check what I'm still missing and I will worry about it later on. So probably I will not finish these challenges at all. And for the Disney one, I think I updated it with a book with a beautiful cover, and a book with magic, and a book with an athlete male protagonist. So yeah, I've actually done a good job with this one this month. My generous page, I love this. I'm so happy because now that I've read one, I don't feel the pressure to have to read a classic because I actually reached my goal, which was reading at least a classic. I'm not a fan of them, so that's it. Reading stats: in May I've read 5 books, 3 of them were books, 2 were physical books. I've read 1,734 pages. I read for 31 days. 1 book was in English and 4 were in Italian, and then I gave 2 books got 4 stars, 1 4 stars and half, and 2 5 stars. So yes, it was an amazing month. And here we are with my monthly pages. As always, you can find the Plan With Me video online, so go and check it out. I will not repeat my state page because it's pointless, I've just done it. And here there are the 5 books. Favorite book you've seen at the beginning, and is that one. It was hard whether to choose between these 2, but the worst of the month actually was a 4 stars, so it's a good book actually, and was Sorcery of Thorns. But I loved it. But since I have a little place to write the one that I enjoyed the last, I guess it was this one. Actually, it was quite of a battle with another book, but my monthly view. You will notice something here, and is that I actually have 7 books, but I read 5. Here's the thing, 1 book, well, I started on the 31st, so you'll see it in June, basically. But there was the first time that I DNF'd a book. It hasn't happened to me in years, basically, so I was so sad. But little spoiler, I don't want to talk about it too much because then in June I was feeling still... It's not that I was feeling something, I was thinking too much about that book, and I was like, you know what, maybe it's gonna change something going on, and I've ended up picking it up again and reading it, so technically it was a temporary DNF. Anyway, I read 5 books in May that I finished, and so there are these 5 books. These other 2 books that are also here, well, they'll be in June, and it's not gonna be an easy talk. But let's go back to May. Reading tracker, I read each single day, so I'm so happy again. Books of May, I keep on creating this spread. I think that, however, I'm just gonna keep on doing it this year because I'm quite of, I quite of hate the idea of having it in a few months and then, let's say, take it away. But I think that with next year, this spread is gonna disappear because it's quite of pointless at this point, sadly. And now I'm gonna start with the books. As always, I won't talk too much about the books because I don't want to give any spoilers, and I will not tell you what the books are about, because if you want to read that, you can find it on Goodreads, for example. Elsewhere, this video will be incredibly long. This is an Italian book, so I don't think there's really something to tell you, because if I'm not wrong, it hasn't been translated in English at all, so I don't know what I can tell you, if not that I absolutely love the story, the characters. I really enjoyed it. The setting, everything. I loved it from the beginning till the end. And it was the first time actually that I've read something by Felice, and it's something crazy because she has several books out. Quite a lot, not just one or two. She's a well-known writer in Italy, like if you're gonna search her name on TikTok, for example, you're gonna find, of course, her profile, but you're gonna find also so many book lovers that talk about her books, and I wanted to see why, like if they were actually as amazing as people were saying, and well, I definitely loved this one. Loved it so much. And I loved it this much, and I loved it that much that I know I'm gonna read something else by her. Anyway, I don't think there's any point in talking any further because, again, there's only in Italian. Then I read Sorcery of Thorns. I liked it, but I felt like something was missing, and I still nowadays can't find what exactly it was. I really enjoyed it, yes, but I don't know, I felt that that's something, and I really don't know what it was, because I really liked the story, the characters as well. Probably, I think that there was something, I would say that probably by the end, I quite of felt is missing. Maybe I thought while reading it that something more would have come out before the end, instead it didn't happen. So that's why I gave it 4 stars. Still, it was a lovely book. I enjoyed it, and I think that you should read it because it's still wonderful. And it's definitely a beautiful place to be, because the main character works actually between books. So I think you could really enjoy it if you haven't read it already, because I always arrive late with books. Then I've decided to go and give it a try to Icebreaker, because I was quite curious about it. I really liked the plot, and so I was like, why not? However, here's the thing, I don't know how to deal with this book, because I decided to give it 4 stars, so it's still a good book, of course, for me. And it's the one that was going, let's say, against my actual pick for worst of the month. But as I've just said, they're both 4 stars, so they're not bad books for me. That's my opinion. I think, however, that here I was a little bit disappointed, because there were some parts that I was expecting to have more pages, more space. Instead, they were literally left there, and the reader had to use its own creativity to imagine what actually happened, and I didn't like it. I don't want to spoiler anything, so I can't tell you exactly which parts, according to me, needed more time and space, but this book wasn't a short one, so I think that some parts could have been, let's say, cut out of the book to give more space to others, but sadly that didn't happen. However, I think I've enjoyed it, even if there was this feeling at the end that quite led me a little bit disappointed. I think that probably if I would have to give a vote right now, I wouldn't give it 4 stars anymore. I think I would have probably got to 3 or 3 stars and a half. Then I read The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. I absolutely loved this one. This was amazing. I was inside the book. I'm gonna be honest with you, it hasn't happened in so long for me to read a fantasy and actually feel like I was really inside the story. The world building, the descriptions were amazing, and I was literally feeling like I was walking where the main character was. Like I was there with her, and I loved it. It was definitely something that I loved it. I don't know how to explain it, but it was just literally like living the story fully. In this way, it hasn't happened to me in so long, so I absolutely loved it. The story is gorgeous, and I love to see the main character growing up throughout the book, because she's definitely a girl who's not selfish. I mean, she jumped in the seat and take the spot of the actual girl who should have done it, because she knows how much that lady means for her brother. And this already says a lot about her, but I think that by the end, when it's time to understand how to fix everything and she makes her choices, that's where you understand that she's definitely not a little girl. She's definitely a grown-up adult, even if she's not that grown-up adult because she's still in teenage years. But I loved it. I don't know, it was a sweet book. There was this something that I still feel inside that's crazy. I absolutely loved it. And I think that everybody should read it, because it's just gonna bring you to another place. I absolutely love this one so much. And then I decided to finish the month with Animal Farm. I've never read it before. Like during high school, I was always forced to read it, and that's why during high school I was barely reading anything, if not during summer, because I hate this thing of reading because you're forced to. And this is strange, but we never had to read Animal Farm, so I've never done it. I've decided to do it, and there are so many things I could say about this book, but probably the video would be way too long if I would start, so I will not. But the truth is that what happens here is something that's still happening nowadays between humans. I think everybody should read this book and think deeply about it, because we should do it. That's it. If you have never read this one, give it a try. It's a short one, and it's not slow or anything like that. It doesn't take a lot of your time. I've managed to read it in, I think it was 2 days, but because I didn't have a lot of time. If I would have more time, probably I would have started and finishing it in one sitting, because it's not long. I would have so much to say about this book, actually about all the books, but I don't want to give any spoilers. I've always said that my flip through were perfect to look if you don't want to know exactly what happens in a book. Like, you just want to hear from somebody if they've enjoyed the book or not, if yes, why, and if not, what was wrong. And that's what I'm trying to do with my flip through, because I know that maybe someone wants to give a look to this video and pick up a book from the few books that I mentioned, but I don't want to give any spoiler, because I'm the first one that if there are spoilers, you know what, I will not read a book after I got spoilers. I'm not a person to read first the last chapter, the last page. No, I love to be surprised by the book. So that's why I know my flip-through aren't the best, but at the same time, my flip-through videos are flip-through, aren't reviews. So I hope you understand this little thing, because I think I never really mentioned it, but it's important to point it out. So this is pretty much what I read in May. It was a lovely month, as I've said. I mean, all the books were 4 stars or higher. I was wondering, have you read any of these books? If yes, which one? Did you enjoy them or not? Are you planning on reading a book or two from these 5? Let me know it with a comment. As always, thank you so much for watching this video and for your support. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumb up and remember to subscribe for more videos like this one. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye!